Hey, listeners of When Records Rule, it's Dave, Brian, and Lance here with a short bonus episode on something I promised in our Sticks Pieces of 8 episode, where we had a Remember When segment on answering machines. So during that discussion, we talked briefly about some of the outgoing messages that Brian and I put together some 32 years ago, and that I would share some of those messages on our social media. Well, since at least one in particular needed some explanation, I thought we'd just listen to them as a group and maybe get some reactions.
When Dave makes a promise, he keeps his promise.
Yeah, that is one thing about Dave.
Thanks.
No doubt.
Thanks. It's the content you didn't know you wanted, but hopefully you'll like. So here we go. So the first outgoing messages, we'll just say it's maybe Seinfeld inspired. Here we go.
I think I made out what you're saying.
Dave's house.
Let's do it live.
Brian's. Come on. No, it's not.
Come on. Have some fun.
That's right.
Was that like an alternate recording of the Cars intro or something?
It could have been. I can't.
I thought it was like a single version.
It's an isolated track.
Actually, yeah. We isolated it back then.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our first one.
The Cars, by the way.
The Cars.
Hello again.
Yep.
We did a Cars album.
We did.
Yeah.
The first Cars album.
And I don't remember if we just thought of doing that or whether we actually saw the little Seinfeld episode where George has his little...
I'm sure that was an inspiration.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
No, come on. You guys are super creative.
No, not that creative. The other one is actually kind of a parody of a song by a local band that we know called The Divers. Look them up. They have some really awesome stuff online. So there's a song it's based on called Aquaman. And if you've ever heard that song, awesome, you'll get it. But if not, it's still kind of quirky fun to listen to. So here we go.
Let your voice go. It's of no use to you. I'm the answering machine. I'm the answering machine. Leaving a phone number. Leaving a message for David Bryan. We tried to get back to you in time.
How did we even get those sound effects?
There was some amp our friend had, Mike Jack John.
Oh.
It was like some cool effect on there.
Mike Jack John?
Mike Jack John.
Yeah, he could never decide what his name was. So for a while it was
Mike
Mike.
Marino.
Sometimes
I know
it was
Mike.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had
John
used
Mike.
that
Right.
and just hooked up a microphone and I think my guitar through that. Because
Okay,
guitar,
yeah.
I was doing that little sound effect through.
Doom, doom, doom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was a little creative.
Not sure how long we had that on there, but we rotated them.
I bet you guys, when the phone rang, you just let the tape roll and see what kind of response you get from the people calling.
When we had a new message, probably, yeah.
I would. Why not? That's fun.
Heck yeah. We want them to hear our creation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last two messages are kind of tied together. So I'll play the first one and then we'll get to see how they're tied together.
Just go for it.
Yes, Dave, Brian, and we're not right now. So
Leave
your and we'll get back to
Is that inspired by something too?
That one wasn't. I don't
think it was. Not that I can recall anyway. I think we probably thought it would be cool to just trade every other word and figured it out and then recorded it probably a few times.
The little "just go for it" part, that was
what was that?
Joe Satriani, I think.
Is it
him or Steve Vai?
So I could just
Joe
picture you
Satriani.
two right next to the answering machine.
Yeah,
Right
and
by
the
the
speaker
mic.
for the music.
Yeah.
Because we had to hold the answering machine microphone.
Oh, man.
Buy all that stuff. Yeah. And just shouting it out.
that probably took us a half hour.
Probably. So the story is now that we had that going for a while. And at some point, our wives, then girlfriends, and a friend of ours, Pete Bladel, went over and secretly recorded that same message on the flip side of this. And we don't even know how long it was going for. A week, two?
Because we
maybe?
don't call ourselves.
Yeah. So here's their parody of that. of us doing that previous message.
Just go for it.
This is Dave and Brian.
And
we're
not
home
right
now.
Just
leave
your
name
and
number
and
we'll
get
back to you.
That's funny.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, that's good.
I really have no idea how long it took him to do that either.
Right.
But the funny part was that we didn't discover that for, I don't really know how long.
I don't even know how we discovered
But when we
it.
did, we laughed and probably listened to that 100 times.
Who let them, or did they have keys for your apartment?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
We'll just leave that one alone.
Yeah. But yeah, it was when we were gone somewhere.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know about it and they didn't tell us. And I think we just randomly discovered it.
Yeah.
Probably when someone called, you're like, that is not our outgoing message.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
it'd be fun to sneak in to somebody's apartment or place and then make it like an outgoing message for some business.
a Ferris Bueller's thing.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Multiple tiered setup there.
Right.
Fun.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our answering machine outgoing messages. So
leave us a message.
Yeah.
If you liked this segment.
Did we hand out Lance's number for that yet?
I think it's out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look for it.
I don't know if his outgoing message is that creative, but hello, this is Lance.
I'm pretty sure I don't
leave a message.
Pretty sure I don't even have a
Bye.
recorded.
It's just the auto.
It just repeats his phone number. You have called.
Please leave a message for 507-222-2222.
5555.
55. All the fives.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we have this time. But as always, we appreciate you listening, and we'll see you next episode.
All right. Come back
folks.
again.
Bye.